So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today we're going to speak about quite a lot of players, actually. A lot of players that we've probably never heard of as well along the way. But do stick a like on the video if you haven't already. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new. And don't forget, I will be playing again against subscribers tonight at 8:30 on League Gunner Gaming. That link for that channel is in the description. Now let's start off talking about Aubameyang. Now I did a video, sorry, not a stream, about this last night. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is linked to so many clubs right now. It's unbelievable. He's linked to Chelsea, to Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona. And I think the one thing that's quite clear from this whole fallout from the whole Aubameyang links is the fact that he is going to leave. I think we're all pretty much in agreement now that he is actually going to leave. The fact that he still hasn't signed a contract, the fact that he's got less than a year left on his current contract, or sorry, coming up to a year left on his current contract, he still hasn't signed a new deal. Now, go and check out my video from last night if you haven't. I spoke a little bit more in depth about that, and leave your thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think. Listen, I personally think he's leaving. I think it's done. I think it's dusted. And sadly, it's going to be a sad, sad day the day he leaves. Because you know what? He's come in like a whirlwind. He's set us on fire. And without his goals, we'd be in a lot more trouble. Let's move on to the next player I want to speak about. That picture's not great, is it? Jesus Christ, I should have picked a better picture. But Mesut Ozil is linked to a move to DC United again. Now, his agent, who loves to speak, loves to spin the PR, loves to make him out to be the victim all the time. Oh, poor Mesut. Poor Mesut. Oh, Lee, you've got an agenda. Yes, my agenda is for this guy to get as far away from this football club as possible. Fingers crossed it is DC United. Now, I see something yesterday that says that Arsenal and Mesut Ozil can mutually agree to terminate the contract if there's circumstances that make that right. Now, he doesn't legally have to take a pay cut, as we know. We've been down this route. I've done debate after debate after debate on it. And we all know he legally doesn't have to take a pay cut. The PR game was then strong. It came out about a load of Chelsea players that have donated to get face masks in Sierra Leone. And of course, Mesut Ozil was in that conversation. And it's, oh, here we go. There's the PR again. Great PR, not a great player. Please leave the football club. Leave it in the comment section. Do you think he'll end up at DC United? I personally think he will, actually. But I don't think it'll happen yet. Let's move on to an Iranian international player. And that is a striker, a centre forward, who goes by the name of Sada. I hope I've got his name right. He's got 46 caps for Iran and he's scored 31 goals, which when you think about it is actually not bad at all for international football. And listen, Iran are not the most gifted, with all due respect, of international teams, but he's a 25-year-old centre forward and he is linked with a move to Arsenal. Now, he currently plays for Zenit St. Petersburg. And his stats this season, his stats this season are actually not bad. 21 games, 10 goals, 6 assists. All competitions, 29 games, 14 goals, 7 assists. So yeah, not too bad overall when you look at that. That's not bad at all. Listen, Zenit St. Petersburg are not the greatest team in the world. But he is under contract until 2022, and apparently we're linked to a £14 million move for the guy, which makes me think the fact that we're being linked to strikers, to centre forwards, and I know we've been linked to a lot of players, it makes me think that, you know what, Arsenal are preparing for life after Aubameyang, after Lacazette. We've got Martinelli, we've kept Eddie and Nketiah. Are Arsenal aware that Aubameyang is going to leave? That's something I'd like you guys to answer. I don't know a great deal about this guy. Apart from his goal scoring record, I can't tell you much about him. If you are Iranian or you do support Zenit St. Petersburg, please fill me in. Let me know. Let's move on to somebody I did a video about yesterday, and that is Adama Traore. Adama Traore is obviously the Wolverhampton Wanderers player, and he is being linked with Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Now, the reported fee on this is £70 million. I am baffed. I am absolutely baffed how this guy is being reportedly touted around for £70 million. I don't get it. I don't think I'm ever going to get it. And I don't think he's ever going to go for £70 million. Listen, he's a juiced up Alex Iwobi. That's what I'm going to liken him to. He does all the good stuff, and then his final ball lets him down, or his final shot lets him down. He's quick, he's strong. That's about all he's got. Technically, he's not all that. For me, nah, it's a no for me. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Let's move on to another player that none of us have probably ever heard of, and that is Osianu Bar. Now, he is the Olympiakos centre-back. He is 24 years old. He's Senegalese, and he's played 14 games this season for Olympiakos. Now, 18 games in total, including Europa League, Champions League qualifying, which they failed to do. For me, I'm looking at it again. I don't even know who you are, bruv. I genuinely don't know who you are. And all I will say is that Arsenal are definitely going to sign a centre-back. I'm pretty confident that Arsenal will sign a centre-back. We are linked to so many centre-backs. It is unbelievable. Is this guy the answer? I'm not so sure. I genuinely couldn't tell you that. The one thing I do know is that Arsenal do want a centre-back and do need a centre-back. But the fact that he plays over in the Turkish league, does that mean that he's bad? No, of course it doesn't. Does that mean that he's good? Again, of course it doesn't. He's 24 years old. If you are Senegalese and you do know who he is, please feel free to let me know, because I genuinely couldn't tell you much about this guy. Let's move on to the next player that I want to speak about, if I can find his picture, which no doubt I now can't. No, I've probably deleted his picture, but that is David Luiz. I wanted to speak about David Luiz, and I don't appear to have his picture. There he is. I found him. David Luiz. It's top drawer stuff here, professional stuff. It's a professional outfit, this channel. But David Luiz is said to eventually want to move back to Benfica. Now, he can go this summer as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking at it thinking, do you know what? You've got a year left on your contract. We have got an option to extend that another year. But are we going to do that? I'm not so sure. It depends on whether we go and actually get another centre-back in. But for me, he's not been great since he's been here. Listen, he's not been horrendous. But at the same time, he's aging. He's not the David Luiz that he once was, or once perhaps thought he was, or perhaps fans thought he was. He's not been great, has he? I remember he's given away more penalties at Arsenal than he did in his entire Chelsea career. So for me, let him go back to Benfica, get a few quid for him and call it a day. Listen, I'll be back at 10:30 this morning. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I will be back again at 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock on this channel as well. So keep your eyes peeled for them as well. Stick a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you are new. Also, please do go and subscribe to my gaming channel, because I'll be playing against subscribers again tonight at 8:30, 8:45. So do a couple of hours against you guys. I do enjoy doing that as well. It gets me stressed out every now and again. But listen, I know we're all a little bit bored at the minute. So we got to do what we got to do. And if that means I have to play you subs, I'm happy to do that, man. It's all good content and I enjoy it. So listen, let me know your thoughts on all of the players. Sada Azmoun, do you know who he is? Asu Enu Bar, do you know who he is? Would you let David Luiz go? Would you take Adama Traore? Would you let Mesut Ozil go to the MLS right now? Leave it all in the comment section down below. Have a wonderful weekend. Laters, peeps.